Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and this is my contest entry into I gotta look. Bret Helm's Life on This Planet blogs contest. He's holding contests for reaching 4,000 subscribers. That's awesome, Bret. Congratulations. I will leave a link to the contest below, but by the time this comes out, I think the deadline is May 3rd, and I'm planning to put this out May 2nd, so you probably don't have enough time, but regardless, so Bret had some categories he wanted us to show albums from, and a lot of them on the theme of four for his 4,000th subscriber. The first category was Great Fourth Albums. So I pulled out a few here. The first one I chose was Anneke van Giersbergen's Drive. This is a little bit of a, I don't know if a cheat, but her first two full-length studio albums were under Agua de Anique, but it's her solo project, so I counted. This is actually her second under just her name. I just counted it as her fourth because I love it. It's freaking great. If you don't know her, she's most known for being the most famous vocalist for The Gathering. And this is just a kick-ass hard rock album with a female singer. I feel like if she was 20 years younger, this would have got a lot more attention, but she was in a metal band for years and is kind of middle-aged, and it wasn't cool to like this, but top to bottom, this is a fantastic album. So if you're into female vocals, I would definitely say check out Drive. I chose 4 from each category, just keeping in the theme, so I'm going to try to speed this along, because this will be long otherwise. Fourth album from Bathory, Blood, Fire, Death. This is my favorite Bathory album. This is sort of the transition between the early black metal stuff and where he would go to the Viking stuff, and I think the combination of the two is just the best that he'd ever did. Recent release, Acid Witch, Rot Among Us. I really love Acid Witch, and I feel like everything came together on this one. Their doom tendencies with their Halloween obsession and sort of horror movie theme. Yeah, great album. And then Armored Saint, Symbol of Salvation, their fourth album. This is the reissue. It's a 3-disc version. It has the entire album as a demo and then a long interview with the band. They worked on this album for years, and by the time it came out, their guitarist had passed away from cancer. But they kept going and did it in his memory, and it's their best album, and I consider it a perfect album. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. So the next category, albums where the fourth song is your favorite song in the album. I just did a Transatlantic video, so this came to mind. Transatlantic, Bridge Across Forever, their second album. There's only 4 tracks on here because they're so long, and the fourth track, Stranger in Your Soul, is maybe the best Transatlantic single song that they've ever done. Life of Agony, River Runs Red, their debut. The fourth song is the title track, River Runs Red. Just a ripper from start to finish. A short song, not really in their style for the rest of the album, but just a killer anthem. Let's see. Nick Cave, From Her to Eternity. The title track is the fourth song, From Her to Eternity. So atmospheric and creepy. Just the definition of something that doesn't have to be heavy to be sort of get in your head and be disturbing. Excellent song. Maybe one of my favorites still from him. And Arachnophobia by Marillion. The fourth song is When I Meet God. And this song makes me cry every time. It's one of my favorite Marillion songs. It's my favorite song in the album. And I took my channel name from this song. The next category, number 4 in the title. I chose, this is a recent one, Palace, One for the Road. This is a project from Michael Palace, who was a Swedish singer, songwriter, and producer. This is like an 80s album that was never released and came out in 2022. It's just fantastic AOR type hard rock, super catchy. You can just listen to this over and over. A great summertime album. Then I chose Devin Townsend, Christine plus 4 demos. A little bit of a cheat. I mean, I was having a little trouble with the 4, so I just chose numbers 4. This is a single from the Infinity album, plus demos that didn't make it to the album. If you know anything about Devin Townsend, his demos sound like completely finished works. So some great songs on here that weren't on the Infinity album. Next up, Hypocrisy, The Fourth Dimension. This is the first Hypocrisy album I heard. This is the first with Peter Taggarton on vocals after Mas Broberg left. My favorite Hypocrisy album. I think they just took it to another level with this one. I know a lot of old school people disagree, but just for the opening song, Apocalypse, it's just so crushing and heavy. So yeah, Hypocrisy. And the next one, I cheated again. Nunslaughter, The Devil's, how do you pronounce that? Conjuries, Volume 4. This is a 3 CD and 1 DVD set. This is a series compiling all of their many splits, EPs, 7 inches. If you want to have your mind blown, go look up Nunslaughter on Metal Archive and see how many releases they have. So this is an ongoing series to compile all that stuff, and ton of great material on here. Next, bands. Oh, so this was not in the 4 theme. Bands based in Arizona or have an Arizona connection. This is a little harder for me, but I was able to come up with some. First up, Flotsam and Jetsam, Doomsday for the Deceiver, the band most famous for having Jason Newsted in it before he joined Metallica. Just a great classic thrash album. Next I had Abigail Williams. This is their latest release, Walk Beyond the Dark. I really discounted this band for a long time because I'd heard they were like metalcore, and maybe they were in the beginning, but this is just a really good black metal album. Something that just re-pulled off the shelf, Vehemence. Haven't been active in a long time, but a really unique death metal band where they were super melodic, but had really heavy, brutal, guttural vocals. It's a really neat combination that you don't see very much. This is God Was Created, which is probably everybody would consider their best album. So yeah, if you haven't heard Vehemence, check them out. And one more. There we go. Fight, War of Words. This is Rob Halford's project after he left Judas Priest, which he described as street metal. Basically, it's like, Pantera is cool. Let's sound like Pantera. I liked it at the time. I don't really ever go back to it, but he technically lived in Arizona at the time, so this is considered Arizona. And I think I've covered it all. All right, congratulations again, Bret. That's an awesome accomplishment. 4,000 subs, and I'll see you guys later.